You wrote, "What people on the outside don't always understand is that it takes all of your strength and willpower just to exist." Explain that.
Depression it's exhausting. I just want to lock myself in a dark room and never come out.
Many people consider having a career in sports to be a blessing, one of the jobs that actually anyone would want to have, as it's something that keeps you active, more often than not puts you in the spotlight and grants you an easy way to deal with life's problems, as it gives you financial success. Statistics show different, more problematic results though. Almost 1 out of 10 athletes in the world suffer from depression. Among college athletes, this rate can even reach a staggering 21%, which means that in a field where everyone is so active and so goal-minded, there are people who end up hopeless and completely mentally inactive. The same numbers for anxiety are giving a tragic insight into what an athlete has to deal with when he dramatically needs to outperform the expectations. The percentage of athletes who deal with anxiety varies from 30 to 60%. Why are mental health issues so prevalent in this group of people? How can you cope with it? Athletes begin really young in their endeavors, and they are one of the few people that actually have a clear goal in mind. From a very young age, they know that they want to do one thing and that thing only. Marcos Asensio is another great example from the world of football. His mother died when he was only 12, and he knew that the only way out of his and his family's misery was to make it as a professional footballer. For many of you out there, luckily, the story is not similar. You don't have a tragic story to share. You know that you are in love with what you are doing, and making it as a professional is the only way to happiness. This thought, although motivating, highlights the root of all your mental health problems. There is not a single human being who would not get depressed and anxious if he knew that the boats that were responsible for his return had been burnt down. Having a single goal in mind is helpful, as it organizes your lifestyle into the steps that need to be done each day to achieve that goal. But that brings anxiety, and that brings depression when things are not going definitely positive. What if you don't make it? What if you are not as good as you think you are? And man, it is absolutely possible that you won't make it. 7 million high school students are trying to make it as well in the US. The numbers are similar in other sports on the globe. Not making it is not an option, but is an absolute possible scenario. Now you may think, why the hell does this man discourage me? That is not the case. I admire the no plan B attitude, and I think that it is crucial in order to make it to the top level. What I need you to do to escape anxiety is to become better friends with the scenario of you not making it. Then, and only then, you will be able to actually develop a more relaxed, focused approach to achieving your goal. Anxiety is a distraction, and it often makes athletes focus only on the results their performance will have rather than execution of that performance. Admit it, if I play well in this game, there is no chance I will ever be on the bench for the next month. What a devastating thought, and what a miserable way of thinking. Focusing on results is a way to not actually achieve them. Instead, try to keep your mind only on what you need to do in order to perform. Performance anxiety in athletes begins when the person in question realizes that their performance is their way out, but thinking in that pattern doesn't actually account for performance. A second reason why athletes become more easily depressed or anxious or deal with performance anxiety that absolutely destroys their chances of actually maximizing their performance is the fear of failure. You are afraid that if you don't make it, you are going to be embarrassed. In a way, there is a self-confidence issue. No matter how confident most athletes appear to be on the outside, an athlete's confidence and self-esteem stem and are parallel to their achievements in their field of expertise. More often than not, and that is something we can see in seasoned pros happening at greater age. When they lose the ability to play their sports at a high enough level, depression kicks in, and that depression starts from losing what was the reason for their self-confidence. Realize that you are a person, and like every person out there, you are gifted with many talents, some more apparent, some more hidden. Believing that you will not make it will make you a piece of garbage person with no orientation is the cause of your anxiety and the cause of depression. Every time you fail, you become one step closer to losing it all, and losing it all loses your dignity in the process. You are doing this for yourself. You are doing this because you love it, and if you love it, you should know that the real meaning of conquering a goal is not the actual achieving of that goal, but it is the process. No matter what the results are, no matter if you make it, no matter if you have already made it, the real meaning is that you tried. The real reassuring thought is that although you didn't manage to be who you imagined yourself to be, you did your best to reach there. And if you did your best to achieve something, you can repeat it in other areas of your life. In a way, you are already successful, just by trying. That's what is important in life. You expect yourself to perform. Your coach expects you to perform. Your family and friends expect you to perform. Your fans, if you are lucky enough, expect you to perform. You will perform only if you know that you did absolutely everything to perform. And no matter how paradoxical it may sound, you will perform your best only when you don't care anymore about performing your best. You only care about taking the measures to perform your best. And that is a difficult conversation you need to have with your mind. That's a heavy load, but it is not that ends up breaking you. It's the way you carry it. Always remember that.
In quarantine watching you, oof, what would I have seen? Me crying almost every day for no reason. Tears were coming alone. Why, I don't know. But maybe they were there for a very long time.